Today on Cityline, Christian Dare is putting in the work with holiday decor ideas.
I did a tinsel tree, which is a brand new trend that's kind of everywhere. I thought it would be way easier.
Yeah.
It takes more time than ornaments, guys.
Oh,
You can't just throw the tinsel and walk away. It looks really questionable.
Okay. Then make decorating your home so much easier by planning ahead.
Before you start, decking the halls, let's make sure we have some of the little nuggets and goodies around that'll make it a little bit easier.
And later, country music star Tim Hicks is here, but this visit isn't just about music. Do you do a signature cocktail?
Well, I'm a big margarita guy. We're going to put a nice holiday twist on this one right here.
He's multi-platinum and multi-talented. Does he not know his way around a drink?
We're not done. We're not done.
And there's more.
It's Cityline with Tracy Moore.
Oh, it feels so good in here. Welcome to Cityline. Can you feel the spirit of the holidays today? Isn't it nice? So nice. So we have an incredible lineup from seasonal entertaining, checklists, festive romantic movies, my favorite, holiday tech tips, and so much more. So let's welcome our amazing guests. We have Lisa Chang, Shoana Jensen, Teri Hart, and country superstar Tim Hicks. They're all decked out in the kitchen. Now, the most wonderful time of the year commands the most wonderful decor, as you can see. So here to help us do it with less stress and expense, Christian Dare. That's right. Hey. Oh my goodness, you've outdone yourself. The place looks absolutely fantastic.
It's very holiday. And I'd like to say, I love that you dressed for the occasion.
I did
you definitely fit into our glam studio.
If you were going to do all of that work, I'm going to do all of this work, okay? I will rise to the occasion. So you've done beautiful things in here. You're going to help us get ready at home. What's the first step to decorating your home well?
So I think the very first step is picking out a theme.
Okay.
So I think it's really important every year to maybe pick a different theme or a slight change on your theme.
Yeah.
So I always say, come up with a concept. So I know I was talking with your producers, or my client.
Yes.
And they were like, showing me all sorts of reference points. And we very much wanted to go for this sort of like city holiday, mixed metals, a little bit luxe, some velvets, for that way of how to make it feel rich for that season. So it feels festive and bright without being too Christmassy, if that makes sense. Like, it's not super traditional.
It doesn't have to be super traditional. It doesn't have to be red and green fighting for your attention. You can do the beautiful metals. You can elevate it a little bit.
Lots of metallics, and then we even just add in those hints of sort of a salmony red velvet to get those little classic hits. But what I love is literally she's like, oh, I love this ornament. I was like, that ornament alone is $300. I don't know where you're shopping.
Ouch.
I was like, I can do this for less, so I went to HomeSense, and that's where we grabbed everything.
Okay.
Way better.
$300. We break these.
Right?
No, we can't spend
I know
that.
You break those.
We break stuff around here all the time, so thank you for that. Okay, so we picked the theme. Now, the next thing is what?
I always say front door. So you think when guests are coming to your house, it's that time of year you've got lots of people visiting, is your front door, your porch.
Yes.
So I say if you've got a porch, it's a great opportunity to do a full sort of deck out if you want to. Pick up some great garland. One of my tricks is to use a classic garland, which is what I did on the doors, and then add in a new great metallic garland. So you get this sort of thick classic green, but then you get in that new hit. And then next year you can flip it out with a different one, so it's cost effective, right?
Yes.
And then the wreath. I think it's always good to have a wreath on your front door. I think in Canada we can cheat that wreath and keep it hanging till February, March,
April,
when the snow melts.
May,
Let me tell you, I live in the South, and it's very weird to have a green wreath on your door still in January.
Okay.
But it's a great way.
Here I push it.
Push it, and I always say the bigger the better. So go for a giant wreath, or you can do what I did actually in our DIY section, a giant bow.
Oh,
so I actually picked up that massive bow. It was only $29. It's metal. You can just hang it on your door, and it's a great sort of like festive welcome.
And then it's like your house is the gift.
It is.
It's very sweet. I love that. Okay, so we've done the outside. It's the first thing people see. We want them to feel welcome, and this is a holiday home. Now let's talk about the tree.
Even before the tree, even if before the tree, if you're not a tree person, I say create a focal point in your home.
Okay.
So you can see in fashion, I create this beautiful mantelpiece.
I love that mantle.
It's not overly holiday. It's actually some candles you'd have all the time. A bust I've had around for a long time. But adding in that fake snow and the beautiful sort of like glitzy giant ornament, and so also the stockings is an easy way to do it, right? There's so many great velvet stockings. If you don't have a mantle, do it on your credenza. Super easy, right?
Absolutely. You don't need much, actually, to deck it out in all holiday. This looks like a holiday set, and yet all of the touches are actually quite subtle.
Yeah, and you can literally pick up stuff like, it's a great excuse, I always do this, to pick up new barware, because you know I love to throw a party.
Yes.
So it's a great way to pick something up. This feels kind of holiday.
Yeah.
But it's actually not super holiday in color. You could use it in spring, in fall, etc. And then you've got a great piece year-round, which is nice.
That's right. It's festive for the holidays, but like think of this on your back porch for the patio.
Yeah, think of those
for the
cocktails.
summer. Yeah, that's beautiful for that time of the year too.
Yeah, so tree. I think a lot of people are all about decorating out their tree. So I actually tried to do a couple different trees this year.
Yeah.
So I did a tinsel tree, which is a brand new trend that's kind of everywhere.
Yeah, it's not brand new though.
No, I know this. Literally,
Come on.
I remember tinsel trees when I was a kid. But we actually never covered the entire tree in just tinsel, which is the new trend.
Oh, that's true.
I'll tell you this, I thought it would be way easier.
Yeah.
It takes more time than ornaments, guys.
Oh,
You can't just
really?
throw the tinsel and walk away. It looks really questionable.
Okay.
You really have to place almost every bunch, so it takes a while, and you need more than you think. So I
Yeah.
often just opt for a classic tree, mix some metals. I always say pull out your ornaments, add in a couple new ones.
Yeah.
I picked some up at HomeSense from $4.99, so great price.
Yeah.
And then to class it up this year, I added in a black and white striped bow.
That's
Which
lovely.
isn't perfectly holiday, but it's that great sort of like dapper feeling, right?
Totally. I love adding in any kind of ribbon because it fills the tree out a little
does.
bit more,
And
which
you just
is
pop
lovely.
it in and out.
Just
Super
pop
easy.
it in and out. Let's talk about if you want to do Christmas, or the holidays. You don't want to go.
Yeah, if you don't want to go
top,
full
you wanna
over the
be more
top, one of the
subtle with
great
it.
things to do is I say update your throw pillows.
Yeah.
So adding in a great glitz piece, which this could literally last all winter, right? It's like a
Totally.
winter glitz period.
Little
It's the perfect
glitz
time
and
to pick
glam.
up great throws. We all want like a new throw for the fall, right?
Yeah.
For the holiday story. This one I picked up, it's actually made in Italy, so great prices at HomeSense for that.
Very nice.
And then also for everyone else, what I love is they've got stuff for every holiday you celebrate.
Yes.
So if you're like me and I just celebrate the cocktail holiday,
Yeah.
or if you celebrate Hanukkah, they've got great options for Hanukkah.
Yeah.
So it's really a one-stop shop for everything you celebrate this season.
I think that's lovely. It should be inclusive for everyone to celebrate.
Always.
For sure. Excellent ideas, as always, Christian Dare. Thanks so much to our friends at Winners, HomeSense, and Marshalls for this gorgeous holiday backdrop. It just feels so festive. So speaking of holidays, nothing puts you more in the holiday mood than just a sappy, seasonal love story. So here with her list of her fave wines, Teri Hart, everyone. Hi. You look lovely. Well, okay, so I love that we're talking romance, holiday, because 'tis the season to just sort of cuddle up and get one of those feel-good movies in.
Feel good love movies.
Yes.
Okay, so we're gonna start with the one.
The one.
The multiple love stories. Hugh Grant's dance. You know Hugh
Okay.
Grant's dance.
Yep.
I love that. To me, you are perfect.
Yep.
All those scenes are completely iconic, and my Christmas, my holiday season is not complete without watching Love Actually.
Love
Yeah.
Actually. I knew it. That's such a good one.
Yeah, you can really watch it with just about anybody. There
Yeah.
is some colorful language and a bit of
Right.
a bit of sex in it.
That's a little sex,
a little bit of sex, a little bit of colorful language.
Yeah.
But it's pretty safe to watch it with anybody. And I just love that opening monologue that talks about how love is everywhere, and they show Heathrow Airport.
Yes.
And all of that, it gets me in the mood immediately for the festive season. And of course, it all happens around the holiday season. It is an absolutely dream cast. I cannot get enough of this cast. And you know, the movie has been around for like 20 years, and at this point, it's iconic. I mean,
It is
an iconic movie, and it's reached that state for a bunch of different reasons. But for me, it just gives me all the feels.
Yeah, it just feels good.
I've almost forgiven it for that creepy stalker storyline.
Oh my gosh, I know. A few movies you got to look into. Some of them don't age so well, but yeah, we can forgive that because of the rest of it is lovely. Teri, thank you so much
More
for
to
that.
come.
More to come. And you know what goes really great with rom-coms? Chocolate. This holiday season, give the gift everyone on your list will love with Lindt. And guess what? You are all taking home a festive Lindt Lindor milk chocolate truffles gift box. Enjoy that. Tara will be back with more heartwarming December romance films throughout the show. But we're going to break. Stay with us. That's a good one. Yeah. Coming up, the things you need to make your holidays so much simpler. You don't have to be underneath the tree with a pine needle in your eye. Use your foot.
With the screws that never go straight.
And the whole breaks, and then the whole thing's trashed. It's beginning to look a lot like, no, not yet around your house. Okay, well, we've got tips and tricks to save you from decorating disagreements and prep hostility because it can get a little tense. Shoana Jensen's gonna make it all good.
Yeah.
You're gonna make it all good.
Yes.
You're the most organized person we know, the most organized person I know. So we came straight to you for all the things we never knew we needed when it comes to decorating our homes for the holidays. So this is like Shoana's toolbox.
Yeah.
Right?
Part of it anyway. There's some key things that are just good to have on. Listen, I'm going to say the same thing. Prep is always key. It really is, though. We all know that. So before you start, decking the halls, let's make sure we have some of the little nuggets and goodies around that'll make it a little bit easier.
Love it.
Okay.
First things first.
Let's start with the star of the show.
Yeah.
It's usually the tree. Whether you're faux or real. What are you, by the way? Faux or real?
Faux.
We're faux. Okay.
I grew up real, now I'm faux.
Okay, same.
It happens.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
No judgment. I'm like good either way. As long as you're putting something sparkly and pretty in my room, I'm happy. So for those that are the real tree diehards, it can be a bit of a struggle, particularly getting it into the stand, getting in the house. It is part of it's a ceremony of the struggle.
Part of it is you don't want to get divorced.
It's what some Christmas movies are made about.
Right?
You know what I mean? Yeah. So this is a new tree stand on my radar. I got it from Lee Valley, and it's a game changer. Okay. And it's for real trees only. So let's start with, it's crazy heavy. It's very, very heavy
it's
in a good
hold
way.
It down.
I mean, you can carry it into the room, but it's going to be a really, really good anchor for the tree.
Good.
It's got a huge water reservoir. It's got a little thing where you can see how much water's still in it, because that's very important with a live tree, right? Because it's fire hazard.
Yes.
If it dries out too much, water is very, very important. Now, the way this works, what makes it pretty fabulous, is you're going to put the tree into the center, of course.
Yeah.
And then with your foot, you're going to, right? And it's going to tighten in on the trunk.
Yeah.
It's got cables in here, like industrial style cables in here to tighten it. And then one of the things I love is once it gets to the point where it's tight enough, it knows, and this little bell will go ding, and
it's like you're secure.
It's like you're good. That's tight enough. Your tree is now secure.
Good.
And this locks down so you can still, I think this is attractive because they've done it in a nice green color, but there's still room to put a tree skirt under it or a collar or whatever it is you want to do decor.
Remember when they used to say technology was going to fix our lives? This is what I meant by that.
Yes,
This is what I meant by that. You don't have to be underneath the tree with a pine needle in your eye. Use your foot.
With the screws that never go straight.
And the bolt breaks, and then the whole thing's trash. Yeah. This is so good.
Yes, so that's a good find. This one.
Next up.
Okay, this one, when you plugging in your tree in and out every day or every evening, whenever you're doing yoga poses and the pine needle yet again is in your eye, and it's such a pain, right?
Yeah.
Whether it's faux or real. This is a cute little brass ornament that you hang on your tree, but it's also how you turn your lights on and off. You just tap it, and your lights turn on, and tap it to turn them off. I know.
So there's a plug.
So it's got a long cord that goes through the tree. You plug your lights into this.
Oh, wow.
And then this just goes into the wall.
That's amazing.
So easy. I know, and all you have to do is touch that pretty little ornament on and off.
Dainty and cute.
Yeah.
You won't even notice it. Bing.
Fits right into most decor.
Beautiful. Okay, next up.
Next is garland.
Yeah.
So garland can be a little bit tricky for a whole lot of reasons. You don't want to put nails into your wall or screws or things like that. Some garland is exceptionally thick because we want that big lush, and so then they don't fit on a lot of hooks.
Yeah.
Or some are this style where it's very, very hard wired, which is a good thing.
Yeah.
But you need to bend it, and then it needs to stay in a particular shape for you. Like let's say like a big archway or something like that. So the key to that, the trick of that, we all know these little command hooks. The ones that are the stickers that are temporary. This one's particularly good. It's clear because so it won't show when it comes off the wall. So you want to put one of those on your wall. Then you're going to go to one of these binder clips, and I got one of the extra large ones to show you. These are particularly good for the fat garland.
Yes. Because you won't even see it.
You won't even see it. I'm using this skinny one so you can actually see what I'm doing here.
Yeah.
But all the green will cover it. It doesn't have to be this big too. And then all that has to do is hook on to the hook on the wall. Get it?
Smart.
And so you can do as many as you need to run along that garland to take the shape that you're looking for it to take.
Beautiful.
And then garland also, this is a spring rod, like a shower curtain or tension rod.
Yeah.
So put this between the top of a doorway or your front door from door to door. And because you're not putting any screws or anything like that into it, and I chose white because my house is white, for example. But pick a color.
You can wrap the garland around
Wrap the garland around it. You can drape it. You can get them in any color, either like gold so it shows or something more discreet that it doesn't show.
Fabulous.
Yeah.
Okay, we have a little bit of time left, so we got to talk about these because I've never seen this before.
These are so great. You have a brick house or a fireplace or something, and you can't hang anything on it. These are brick clips, also from Lee Valley. And these click onto the brick square. They're sold in standard size, but also other sizes if you have big ones.
Okay.
And once they clip onto the brick, you have the little hook here to hang your wreath or whatever it is you want to hang.
Perfect.
Yeah.
One last one.
If we're upgrading our lights, solar lights.
Ooh.
They're really inexpensive now. They come in the really hot micro lights that are out now, that small little tight light.
Yeah.
And I was so pleased how small this solar panel was. I thought it was going to be much bigger.
Yeah.
And it comes with a mount and spikes, so it can go into the grass, or it can go into a planter, or it can go in anywhere, and it's nice and discreet.
Amazing, Shoana. Such simple things, they make a huge difference, including these little garland ties, which I think is fantastic.
To protect your banister.
That. We know that you love to shop the items on the show, and we like to make things easy for you. So we put that QR code on the screen for you. All you do is get your phone out. I know it's out already, probably. Scan that QR code on your screen to shop all of the items that Shoana just showed us. Shoana, thank you so much. You never disappoint. It's time for another winter love movie. Teri Hart, what's your next pick?
Well, Trace, one of the queens of the Christmas movie genre is Jill Wagner, and she is back this year with Bringing Christmas Home. Here's the setup. A history professor pairs up with an antique shop owner to find the story behind a World War II uniform that has love letters in the pocket. Come on. Love letters, war vet. I mean, it's given Notebook vibes for me. Jill Wagner has starred in a Christmas movie every single year since 2015.
What?
I will not miss a Jill Wagner Christmas movie. This one is called Bringing Christmas Home.
Jill Wagner is Christmas. Anything with letters, I am in. The written word, please, I'm in love. Stay tuned for more Christmas cheer. Thanks, Tara. We're going to go to break. Stay with us. Coming up, country star Tim Hicks is wowing the crowd with his bartending skills.
We add a little bit of grenadine. Just good. Yeah, get a little twist. Ooh.
Cityline kitchen all decked out for the holidays, and it may seem like a strange place to talk to my next guest, but I promise it's going to make sense. He's a 5-time Juno nominee, a Canadian Country Music Award winner, and multi-platinum entertainer. Please welcome country music superstar Tim Hicks in the house. I'm so happy to have you here.
It feels weird with no guitar. What's, you know?
Feeling a little
naked
empty
or something.
today.
Naked, yeah.
We're gonna fix that up. We're gonna put maybe a cocktail glass in your hand.
Let's do it.
I gotta say, you, sir, are a very big deal. You heard that intro I just did. Did you use those intros when you're trying to get your kids to behave?
No, they could care less.
Do you tell them I'm a Juno Award winner? And
and I'm like, Daddy's a multi-platinum recording artist. Kids, no, that doesn't go anywhere with my kids. Yeah, they could care less. Yeah.
They're not impressed.
Which is just fine.
You've just released a new deluxe edition of your album, Talk to Time, which, by the way, can we give it up for Tim, as it was nominated for the CCMA Award. The deluxe edition, yes. The deluxe edition has actually 2 new tracks on it. So Hicks Summer Smash, Yee to the Ha.
Yeah.
Did I say that right?
Yeah, you did. It was good.
Heart. Tell me, do the crowds go wild?
Yeah, it was great. Yee to the Ha. Like, I'm kind of known for sort of tongue-in-cheeky stuff. So Yee to the Ha, my fans really caught on to. And whether we were in Vancouver Island or out to PEI this summer, by the second chorus we had a line dance going and everybody was singing along. So it was great.
You know, I feel like country artists and people who love country music are special because it's participatory.
Oh yes, we're
right?
very special.
Like, take that, yeah, do with that what you want. But I think that's great when you see the crowd so involved and everyone moving and singing along with you.
That's very important to me.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I think that's lovely. Yeah. So you actually just finished a Cross Canada tour. We're going to make a drink in a second, but you finished this Cross Canada Campfire Troubadour tour.
Sure did, yeah.
Tell me about that tour.
Yeah, it was acoustic, which was great. So we got to go, and you know, the way that I explained it every night is if you were having a party in your backyard and the guys and I happened to be walking by with guitars and a six-pack, this is how it would go. You know,
I want
so
that to actually
fun.
happen.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be awesome? You're having people over in the backyard and like an international
and we could make
star
margaritas.
Right?
Yeah.
Do you do a signature cocktail?
I do. Well, I'm a big margarita guy. We're going to put a nice holiday twist on this one right here. So
let's do it.
Yeah, we're going to start by rimming our glass. Very important for the marg. And we've got a little bit of lime juice here and a mixture of salt and sugar.
So Tim Hicks, the bartender, is actually, he's really quite good at this. Did you ever bartend at all when you were younger?
I never
Was that
did,
ever
but
a thing?
I played in bars for 18 years before I ever had a song on the radio, so it took a long time to catch on to this stuff. But I got a lot of good friends, and they always say, start with the ice. We're going to put some ice in here. There we go. We're making a mess just like home. Perfect.
That's okay.
Yeah, that's all right.
It should get a little bit messy.
Ah, there we go. I like it.
Do you all go big for the holidays in your house?
We do, yeah. I mean, I've got 2 kids. My son's 12 now, and my daughter is 10, and so Christmas is a big deal.
Adorable.
Yeah, we have a lot of fun.
So do you find that they're turning into the, like, are they having that transition into teenhood?
Oh, yeah, there's a lot of eye rolling and door slamming happening in my house right now, and yeah, we're having a lot of fun. In fact, I was quoted as saying, I'll take that door off the hinge yesterday, so yeah, it was a whole lot of fun, but no, they're good kids.
Yeah,
it's
no,
good,
I'm right with you there. So you're putting some tequila.
Yeah, so basic margarita, 2 parts tequila, 1 part orange liqueur. So we're gonna use Grand Marnier today just because it's Christmas. Why not? A little toasty in there. So yeah, two parts tequila, 1 part Grand Marnier or triple sec, Cointreau, whatever you got.
Nice.
And then this is where the twist comes in. So typically you would add just lime juice. We're going to use lime and cranberry.
Ooh, to make it very holiday, right? It's the
and I'm going to show you.
holidays.
There's a few tricks here. So we got our lime juice.
Okay.
That guy goes back in his spot, and then we got some cranberry juice. Now, I've perfected this.
No, you're very good at it.
Because you do 3 ounces of this guy, but it doesn't quite get to the color that I want it. So what do we do? We add a little bit of grenadine.
Ooh.
Just give it, get a little twist. Ooh.
Ooh, which is always lovely. I just think when you have a drink like this that's got a bit of that cranberry, that beautiful color, it just screams holiday.
Cranberry bitters.
Nice.
Yep, just to up it just a little bit.
And it's never a bad time for a marg.
Never a bad time for a marg. We're doing a little twist of agave syrup. You can also use maple syrup if you don't have it.
Yeah.
Make it super Canadian.
It's Canada.
Yep,
we're allowed.
Absolutely.
You know, while you're doing a little shaky, I want to talk about something you did during your tour, and that is having female artists open for you. Why was that important for you?
Well, I mean, I was given a leg up early on in my career, and I just felt like, you know, if I can give somebody a platform, what a wonderful thing to do. And we have such a great pool of talent in Canada and some fantastically talented up-and-coming females.
Yes.
So it was important to me to give them a platform to do what they do.
Very nice.
Yeah, see that color? Isn't that nice?
God, like, I mean, does he not know his way around a drink?
We're not done. We're not done.
And there's more.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Go ahead. No, you do that. So I would say, like, you know, 3 to 4 of those guys in there.
Okay.
And we've dehydrated some orange slices and lime today. In the oven, 200
Fancy,
degrees, 2.5. Yeah,
okay.
For sure. Let's use that just because we're, well, no, go for it. All right. Finger it up. Yep,
you know,
perfect.
I keep it very
I like it.
loose around here.
Now, there's one more thing that we're going to do to make this special. We're going to shave a little bit of nutmeg on the top of that.
Okay.
There we go.
Yeah.
There we go.
Now, this screams holidays.
Yeah.
Absolutely beautiful.
There you go.
I say
That's
we give it a bit
cocktail.
of a cheers.
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 Yeah, cheers, everybody.
Very nice. I'm hanging on to mine because I think I'm going to give mine to somebody in the audience. But thanks to Tim, everyone in our audience will take home a signed copy of Talk to Time. Thank you so
my
much
pleasure. Cheers.
for this.
You get a card.
You get a card. You get a CD. All right, my friend. We were talking about it a little bit.
Cheers, boss.
All right.
Cheers.
We're going over to Teri Hart for another Christmas romance film. T. Hart, take it away.
Oh, Tracy, well, this one puts the ROM in the calm. Serendipity, a fortunate accident. Kate Beckinsale and John Cusack star, and this one is all about fate and whether we have any control over our lives or if our futures are predetermined. We get Christmas skating in Central Park, holiday shopping at Bloomingdale's, and incredible charm and chemistry from John and Kate. The sliding doors aspect of the movie, you know, when they kind of pass each other and just miss each other, that is super fun. And if you don't already believe, after watching this one for 90 minutes, you will believe that soulmates truly exist. It's serendipity. Put it on your list.
And that's what I loved about that movie. What a great pick, T. Hart. Time for a short break. We'll be right back, everyone. Stay with us. Secure. Coming up, tech expert Lisa Chang with tips for your holiday shopping, including what not to buy.
You want to cool down your tonsils? This is a neck fan, okay? Do you need this, Trace?
I need
if
it.
I got you this, would you like it?
Around, it's not just Santa that's coming to town. There's overspending. There's scammers. There's useless gifts and gadgets. They're all going to be around as well, waiting in the wings to take advantage of eager spenders, so we have your back. We've got Lisa Chang, who is here to help. Thank you. We want to spend smartly because money is tight. So let's make sure we're spending smartly and we're aware of any kind of fraud that can happen. What's the most important thing to do when it comes to shopping online, Lise?
Okay, well, we all know that we're trying to avoid the crowds. Maybe some of us enjoy shopping at the mall, but a lot of us are shopping online.
Yes.
Well, the Grinch, he lives online as well.
Right.
So yes, you can rely on the online elves, but I want you to always remember that there's a lot of scams that are lurking online. So first and foremost, make sure that when you are shopping online, you look for the HTTPS in front of the website that you're shopping. That's tip number one.
Okay.
Tip number two is if you're taking your tablet or your cell phone and you're shopping in a public space, like let's say a coffee shop, you always want to make sure that you're not on a public Wi-Fi system. You want to go home and shop in a private Wi-Fi system so that you're protecting things like your financial information.
Okay.
Thirdly,
Lurkers are everywhere, and they're after one thing and one thing only, which is your password.
Oh,
you
boy.
always need to make sure that you're refreshing that password,
Yeah.
and it's not easy for anyone to hack that with you, okay? So always remember to follow those 3 cardinal rules when shopping online.
So mental note, password 123, I better change that?
Definitely. Tracy 011.
I'm just joking.
No way.
Tracy Moore 1. No. Okay, you always advise us to think long-term tech.
Yes.
I like this tip. So
Yeah.
why should we be thinking about long-term tech?
Well, we all know that the tech industry and tech products, they advance quicker than we can even keep up with.
So fast.
But we get often caught up in the wanting the smallest, the fastest, the thinnest, and so forth.
Yeah.
Before we get caught into the craze, because don't forget, this is the hottest tech selling season of the entire year, I want you to think about what not only the members of your family need, but also what everybody in the household needs. So think about if your kids are maybe getting up in their schooling years and they need a more robust computing system, maybe you want to consider something like the Apple iMac M3 version, which was just released. It's the most powerful chip that's ever been created by Apple. But more importantly, if you're getting a computing system like this in the house, it's a full productivity device, it's a full entertainment device that can now be the hub in the home. So maybe instead of spending on that newest, biggest TV, you get something like this, where
and then
the entire
everybody
family
uses
can
it,
use
maybe.
it. Yes, exactly.
Yes, we're going to be fighting each other to use that beauty.
And will
That's
last
gorgeous.
you for years to come as well.
That's the important part, right?
Yes.
Nothing should be so disposable.
You got
it.
it.
It's not great. And we want to actually talk a little bit about that when it comes to gifting gadgets. So we get to the end and it's like, oh my gosh, there's people I haven't bought for. Maybe I'll just grab this thing.
The panic buy.
The panic buy.
And the panic buys, just so you know, are often the gadgets that we see on bulk displays in store. So yeah, your algorithms on your social media, it's gonna be fed with all kinds of latest hot tech trends that you have to have. Something like this, Trace, you wanna cool down your tonsils? This is a neck fan, okay? Do you need this, Trace?
need
if I got you this, would you like it?
I would probably use it for 1 week and then forget I had it.
Exactly.
Right?
And you know where that's ending up? In the garbage can a lot of times. Now think about it. Canada is the biggest tech offender when it comes to e-waste. We are wasting 1 million tons of e-waste a year. Yikes. I want you to think about other options, because if you are getting tech that you are going to use and you need to get rid of your old tech, don't throw it in the garbage can. Look up your municipal programs that are going to take that tech, or things like recyclemyelectronics.ca, or even Best Buy, who's going to take in your trade-in, and they'll get rid of it for you.
Absolutely. Like, this stuff never goes in the garbage.
Yeah.
It's got to be dropped off at the right place.
Exactly.
Okay, let's talk tech for kids. They're the ones that are really batty and nutty for tech. So what do we need to think about when we're shopping?
Okay, first and foremost, every kid across every age, they want to have a device in their hands.
Yeah.
Before you put a device in their hands, understand that responsibility comes with that, not only for them, but more so for you as their parent.
Okay.
If you're going to put something like a tablet or a cell phone in a teenager's hand, knowing the platforms that they're going to be spending time on is super key. Get to know the social media platforms. Are you using them yourselves? That's the biggest thing.
But my goodness.
It's hard to keep track of, but you have to always stay on top of it.
Snapchat is killing me.
I know, me too. Now, speaking of kids, my son just turned 8 yesterday.
So cute.
He's a big gamer.
Yeah.
Now, before I get him into things like Fortnite and maybe some of the other online gaming platforms, what I trust most often is the Nintendo system.
Oh yeah, this guy.
Yeah, it's the thing that I used. I got a Game Boy when I was a kid, and I still love playing Nintendo with him.
Yeah.
So Trace, what you're looking at is the brand new edition from Nintendo. This is their OLED model. This is the Super Mario edition.
Yeah.
So as you can see, super bright red. It's super fun, coming off of the movie craze that we had during the summer. They all have also launched the Super Mario Bros. Wonder. Absolutely so much fun to play with the kids.
Love that. Okay, so now we've talked a little bit about what you need to look out for. Can you get us organized, please?
I can.
Let's get a little bit more organized and on task this season.
Okay, so I found an amazing app that will be your gift registry, not only for you, but also for the whole family. So this is an app called Giftster.
Okay.
So Trace, what I did is I went on the app and I went ahead and I filled in my profile. So not only did I create my own list, but I created a list for the entire Chang clan.
Love it.
All right, so let's say I want to add the newest puffer from Joe Fresh. What I'm going to do is I'm going to copy that link and I'm going to go into my Giftster and I'm going to add this into my list.
If it's the sparkly one, I tried it on in the weekend. It's so good.
What do you think? Do you love it?
Yeah, I really liked it.
Okay, so you know what? I'm going to send you this list and you can buy it for me. How about that?
Or for me. Oh, but one for you and one for me.
Okay, done.
How about that?
If it's a 2-for-1. Now, I can share this with you and I can share this with everybody else. I can either keep it to a private group, or I can make this public to every contact that I have. If I want
Sparkly bomber, please.
Exactly.
Oh
And
my
now
gosh.
everybody can share their list with you as well. And it works just like a registry for not only Christmas, but for birthdays or any other gift-giving season.
Yeah.
And you can see what was bought, and it works just like another registry, you see.
It's perfect for the teens because they want what they want, and if you get them the thing that they don't want or the wrong color and the wrong size, they're not wearing it. So it's a waste. So that makes perfect sense. I love that. Thank you, Lisa. You know, we're talking about tech here, but let's talk about tech when it comes to cleaning, because 'tis the season for cleaning. It should be easy. And the ultimate iRobot mop, the Brava Jet M6, is a smart vacuum. A smart vacuum designed to target specific areas and effortlessly clean your floors using a voice assistant or via the app. So thanks to TSE, one lucky audience member is going to take it home. It's valued at $600. It's going to do the work for you. See that QR code right now on your screen? If you want to buy the iRobot for someone on your gift list this holiday season, it's as easy as just scanning it with your camera, which sounds like an awesome gift. For now, let's hear about Teri's next holiday love story. What have you got for us, Ter?
Well, Trace, for this one, I am letting people know you're going to want to get out the Kleenex. It's called Last Christmas, and it's actually inspired by the George Michael song. In fact, the whole soundtrack is George Michael. Now, that is enough for me. But it also stars Emilia Clarke as Kate, who is getting healthier after a serious illness. Cue a meet cute with Henry Golding and sparks fly. I love this movie because the holiday movie is set with all kinds of twinkly lights in a secret garden. There, of course, is an ice skating scene, and we get the delightful Michelle Yeoh as the Christmas shop owner where Emilia Clarke Emilia Clarke's character works. There is a twist to this movie. As I said, it is a sentimental story about taking care of ourselves, taking care of our loved ones. You will probably shed a tear or two, hug your loved ones a little bit closer, and without question, you're going to be humming that George Michael song Last Christmas for the rest of the day, the night, and maybe even a few days. Not such a bad thing.
I love it. And I love George Michael, too, so that's fantastic. More Cityline coming up, everyone. Stay with us. That's a good one. I love this time of year because it's the season for entertaining and hosting get-togethers. So Shoana's back. So you've got a checklist that is going to take the stress off your plate. Do you see what I did there? Stress off your plate. Yeah, I had to be so obvious about it. But like, we want to get prepared so that when people are actually coming over, like, we are ready to entertain.
Yes. And listen, whether you're a seasoned entertainer or whether you're a newbie, a checklist is necessary.
Yes,
because it can. That's something that can get lost in the shuffle. You know, we're all balancing balls this time of year. We're trying to get the most out of the season.
Yes.
Sometimes handed a little more than we're looking for this season. And so now is the time to get in front of some of the things that you're able to. And so, like you said, this is like a checklist for your holiday entertaining. So even though you may not have a dinner party next week, the point is, or any kind of a get-together, do it now so you can make amends. So let's start with plates. Plates. People want to eat off of something, right?
Right. So what do we need to think about when it comes to the plates?
So the idea with plates, for starters, I always recommend buying plates in 10.
Yeah.
And not every plate is available like individuals. So if it's a set of 4 or something, then bump it up to 12.
Yes.
And the reason why I recommend that is because, yes, you're going to set your table. You may not be doing a table setting of 10 or 12 people.
Yeah.
But you know when you're making dinner, you just grab a bowl while you're prepping dinner. You grab a plate to put something on. So it gives you a little wiggle room just to have those plates on hand.
Yes. What if you broke one last season?
Or if you broke one last season.
It happens.
It does. So to give yourself that wiggle room and buy it now if you're restocking. But before you go and buy anything, count what you have. You may have enough, or you might think, oh, I know I've got a dozen of dinner plates because you didn't know someone broke one, and you count them up, and you're like, oh, okay, I'm short. I need to either replace that single plate or replenish my stock. And this very same thing with all of your flatware. Flatware. Interesting thing. One of the things that costs restaurants the most is flatware because it's so easy to go in the garbage.
Oh.
It's so easy. You're scraping off a plate, you know, when you're on the fly, and the same thing can happen in your own home.
Right.
By accident, something can go into the garbage. My family has experience of digging through a garbage bag
to get the fork.
looking for the one fork of my mom's silver that went missing.
Well, I know how to get rid of our forks. Put them in my daughter's lunch.
Oh, yes, and they never come back. Yeah.
We do plastic now.
Yes, that's
We'll
smart.
never see it again.
Yeah.
So
that is
you
smart.
need enough for everyone to eat.
And and you might want to refresh them. All of these things are from Fable, beautiful Canadian company of all the dishware and glasses and cutlery. So you might even want to refresh. Maybe right now the time to refresh. So take stock of your cutlery and your plates.
Okay, now our glasses.
Now we're going to go to glassware.
Yeah.
So again, you may not be a formal entertainer, that's fine, but you want to make sure you have the enough glasses for the right things. So just a basic tall glass here. I love this, nice clean lines. This can do everything. It can do pop, it can do water, it can do mocktails, it can do
milk.
Milk, sure, absolutely, anything for breakfast, things like that. And then we're going to go to the short glass. Same thing, similar glass, but we're doing things like juice, things that are in smaller kind of portions. Juice or a drink that's on the rocks, kind of like a margarita, for example. Something like that can go into this. Then if you're of the crowd that likes whiskey or whiskey type cocktails, I'm going to go out on a limb and I'm going to say stock whiskey glasses. If you're a whiskey drinker, it's really different to drink out of a whiskey glass than it is out of a short. Yes. But that can be also cocktails like, you know, old fashions or Manhattans or things like that. So that might be something you're looking to serve.
Beautiful.
When it comes to a wine glass, I say, listen, if you're like a wine connoisseur and your people are, go ahead and buy the right glass for the white wine. There's like a glass that fits every single kind of wine. But for most people, a do-all glass will do it. It
Get
fits,
the universal.
Yeah, red, white, rosé, no problem. That glass will fit it. And then, especially if you're doing like a buffet style and people are serving themselves, if you have they don't have to worry about choosing the wrong glass or something like that. It's just, that's a wine glass.
Totally.
Then we're going to go to champagne and flute. So these are, the flute is the tall one, and this is the coupe, champagne coupe. You can have your choice of these. Might you want to stock them both? Yeah. Here's why. The champagne is very modern, the flute. It's what a lot of people like. They like to see the champagne bubbles go up the glass. There's a story behind that for another day. It is. But if you'd like to do the coupe, one, it's more traditional. It's totally hot comeback. It's very elegant. But this can do double duties for things like martinis.
Yes.
So you can put in an espresso martini in here, a vodka martini. So again, depends how much space you have in your kitchen. You know, you might not want a glass for absolutely everything.
I actually think that's lovely, the coupe idea.
So do I.
We have flutes that are too tall for most of our cupboard space. So we have to go all the way up to store them. So check that out before you get a flute.
Excellent point. And the shape of this one in particular, I love. Again, that's fable.
Okay, so serving dishes?
Serving dishes take account. My go-to from day one entertaining is I put a Post-it note into a bowl of what's going to be served in that bowl. And I do that for everything that's on the menu. So you know you have the right dishes for the right things. And that includes boards. We're all crazy about
those are
our
beautiful.
boards. These ones, they're really beautiful.
That's so nice.
You know, all of your charcuterie, your cheese boards, things like that.
Okay, so chafing dish?
And last is specialty things. So chafing dish, this looks like it might be something extravagant to have. It was $20 at the Superstore a few years ago. This is mine from my house.
Of it.
You're putting hot dips in there. You're putting mashed potatoes in there. You're doing anything like that.
Very nice. Okay, so we've got it set. All of the things you need to serve. Let's go to break. We're ready for the holidays. But we're getting there anyway.
We're getting there.
Yeah.
When you put your tree up.
Holiday spirit now, so we thought we would end this episode with another holiday-themed romance. I wonder what you got up your sleeve now.
Well, I've got a British thing, it seems. Because we talked about Love Actually.
Yes.
Bridget Jones' Diary.
Oh, that was such a good one.
Right?
I love so many things about this film. When I look back on it, she was not fat. Okay?
No,
like, come on, everybody.
Her starting off weight is below my goal weight. Let's just be clear about that.
Can you imagine that we thought she's constantly in this thing to lose weight, but there was something so beautiful about it's Pride and Prejudice, right? Yeah. It's basically a Pride and Prejudice, a take on that. But Mr. Darcy, the Mr. Darcy character, is always my favorite.
Well, and we meet him, and he's in a Christmas sweater, a reindeer jumper, as they call them in the UK. So maybe I'm inspired by Colin Firth. And Hugh Grant is in this, of course. Yes. You know, they're both in Love Actually, which we talked about earlier in the show. That's right. And they're back in this because the British somehow know how to do this thing. Yeah. And I don't know if I like sweet Hugh Grant in Love Actually better or jerk-face Hugh Grant in Bridget Jones' Diary.
I like sweet Hugh Grant. Jerk-face Hugh Grant, he does it really well. He almost plays it too well.
He almost plays it too well.
Like if I saw him in the streets, I might give him a shove.
A little.
Just a little, come on.
One of these. A little one of these.
But what holiday fun.
It's such fun. And they're just so great together. And, you know, her being the quintessential singleton.
Come with me.
I love her in it. I just love her.
Me too.
She's like doing that air drum at the beginning to All By Myself. You know
what I love about her? She's a mess. Unlike the experts on the show today. Okay? No messiness happening here. And I want to say this has been a very fun first day of the holidays. Christian, you really tore it up with this set. It is beautiful.
Yes,
Shoana, Lisa, Teri, Tim Hicks, thank you all for joining us the holiday season. So much more to come on Cityline. Thank you for joining us, audience. You're awesome.